Hello friends, welcome to this video. In the previous video, we have discussed about the physical characteristics of sewage. Now, in this video, we will be discussing the chemical and biological characteristics of sewage. So, let us see what are the different chemical and biological characteristics of the sewage. There are different chemical characteristics of wastewater or the sewage like pH, chloride, nitrogen, alkalinity, oxygen demand and all. Let us discuss one by one in detail. Fresh sewage is generally alkaline in nature and it is having pH equal to 7.3 to 7.5. If you see the range of the pH, it is ranging in between the normal range or it is on the alkaline side. So, the fresh sewage is a alkaline. Due to bacterial action, pH value tends to fall and becomes acidic. So, as the time passes, due to the bacterial action, the pH value falls and because of that, the sewage or the wastewater becomes acidic. Industrial wastewater are usually acidic depend on the type of industry. If we take the case of domestic sewage, usually domestic sewage is alkaline. But if we take the case of industrial wastewater or the sewage, usually the industrial wastewater or the sewage are the acidic in the nature. But again it depends upon the type of industry. So, for treating such type of acidic wastewater or the sewage coming from the industrial sources, it should be made the alkaline by adding lime so that the pH will be in the range of 5.5 to 9. Second main characteristic is chlorides. Chlorides found in the domestic sewage is derived from the kitchen waste, human feces, urinary discharges and all. So, the kitchen waste, human feces and urinary discharge are the main source of chlorides in the domestic sewage. So, as far as the industrial sources are concerned, the industries like ice plant, meat salting plant and all will add the chlorides in the industrial wastewater. Normal chloride content of the domestic sewage is 120 mg per liter. Nitrogen. Presence of nitrogen in wastewater indicate the presence of organic matter in it. Nitrogen data is required to evaluate the treatability of the wastewater by biological processes. There are different forms of nitrogen present in the or occurring in the wastewater or the sewage like ammonia nitrogen or free nitrogen, organic or albuminide, nitrates and nitrites. So, these are the certain forms of nitrogen in which it is present in the wastewater, and it is a very important parameter to decide the type of treatment and the because ultimately it indicates the presence of organic matter. So, it will be helpful to decide the biological process or the treatment that should be applied or adopted for the treatment of the wastewater. Alkalinity. Due to the presence of hydroxide carbonates and bicarbonates of the elements such as calcium, magnesium, sodium and potassium, it imparts the alkalinity to the wastewater. Dissolved oxygen. Dissolved oxygen is the amount of oxygen dissolved in the wastewater. Presence, it indicates the sewage is fresh or oxidation has been occurred after the treatment. It is present in the fresh untreated wastewater and stale putrefied wastewater contain DO even up to 0%. It is necessary to ensure at least 4 ppm of DO in the stream in which treated wastewater is disposed, otherwise fish are likely to be killed. The actual quantity of DO is governed by several factors like solubility of the oxygen, partial pressure of oxygen in the atmosphere, temperature, purity of water, etc. The DO level decreases as the temperature increases. We can take a very simple example. If you see the hot water and cold water, if you start boiling the water, definitely it exerts the oxygen or the oxygen will get released into the atmosphere. So, at higher temperature oxygen dissolved oxygen in the water is very less. On the contrary, in the cold water, the dissolved oxygen is on the higher side. DO content of the sewage is determined by the Winkler's method. So please keep in mind that it is very necessary to maintain the 4 ppm of DO in the stream for the aquatic life and all. One more important significance of this dissolved oxygen is that the dissolved oxygen will give you the complete picture of the wastewater quality. After sampling, before starting the treatment and for design of treatment and for before determining the other chemical parameters or chemical characteristics, the dissolved oxygen content is first of all calculated so that we will get the complete picture of the wastewater. Then oxygen demand. The aerobic action continues till the oxygen present in the wastewater. After that, anaerobic action begins, resulting in the petrifaction. Oxygen is demanded in the wastewater for oxidation of both organic and inorganic matter. Demand of oxygen may be expressed as follows. First, biochemical oxygen demand. Second, chemical oxygen demand, total oxygen demand, and theoretical oxygen demand. Let us discuss this oxygen demand in detail. Whenever you are collecting the sample and in the fresh sample, the oxygen level is quite high. But once after 2 or 4 hours or later on, as you preserve the samples, definitely the microorganism present in the wastewater start consuming the oxygen for the putrefaction or for the organic decomposition of the wastewater, and because of this thing, the oxygen it generates the oxygen demand, and it is called and it is divided in all these types. Again, depending upon the type of organic matter, like biodegradable, non-biodegradable, again inorganic matter, the oxygen demand varies. Let us talk about the biochemical oxygen demand. Biochemical oxygen demand is defined as the amount of oxygen required by the microorganism to carry out the decomposition of biodegradable organic matter under aerobic condition at 20 degrees centigrade for 5 days period. There are 2 types of organic matter: biodegradable or biologically active, non-biodegradable or biologically inactive. Organic matter is often assessed in terms of oxygen required to complete the complete oxidation of the organic matter to CO2, H2O and other end products of oxygen. So, in the biochemical oxygen demand, the oxygen is required by the microorganism to carry out the biological degradation of the organic matter at 20 degree centigrade for 5 days period. So, this is the biochemical oxygen demand. Second is the chemical oxygen demand. Determination of BOD takes 5 days, so not useful in control of treatment processes. So, COD is determined which measure the content of organic matter of both wastewater and natural water. It is determined only in 3 hours. COD test involves an acidic oxidation with potassium dichromate. A measured amount of K2Cr2O7 is added to sample. The resulting solution is titrated. Oxygen used in the oxidizing wastewater is known as COD. So, in the other form, we can define the COD as it is a oxygen requirement for chemical oxidation of the organic matter or the inert matter in the wastewater. Therefore, the COD of wastewater is higher than BOD because more compound can be oxidized chemically than can be oxidized biologically. This test is more suitable to measure the organic matter present in wastewater. So, the basic difference between the biochemical oxygen demand and chemical oxygen demand is in the biochemical oxygen demand, the complete degradation or the decomposition is carried by the microorganism in presence of the oxygen. where in case of chemical oxygen demand, here the chemical are playing the governing role and oxidize all the organic and inorganic matters present in the wastewater. Because of this, in the BOD or in the BOD is lesser than the COD, as chemicals are more powerful and will oxidize all the organic matter chemically. So because of this thing, the COD is always higher than BOD, because biological processes are little bit slower and it will take time to decompose it for the decomposition of entire organic matter. Because of this, BOD is always less, whereas COD will be always higher. Then the relation between BOD and COD. BOD is the oxygen demand for oxidation of organic matter by microorganism, whereas COD is the oxygen demand for the oxidation of organic and biodegradable organic matter by strong oxidizing chemical. This is the basic difference as we have discussed. Hence COD is always greater than. But what is the relation between this and how we can use this ratio or the information for determining the biodegradability of the wastewater? For if suppose the ratio of BOD by COD is between 0.2 to 1, then the wastewater is fully biodegradable. If suppose the BOD divided by COD is more than 0.6, then amenable to biological treatment. For untreated domestic waste, the BOD COD ratio varies from 0.4 to 0.4 to 0.8. Now, the fact of having the 0.9 to 1, it indicates that the BOD is on higher side, or BOD is more than the COD. And as if in such cases, if the BOD is greater than COD, it denotes that biodegradable matter are more in the wastewater, and because of that the ratio will be on the higher side. Whereas if it is on the lesser side, it indicates that the non-biodegradable organic matters are present and the COD is greater than the BOD. Then treatability index. It is also denoted by TI. The ratio of BOD and COD minus BOD is called as a treatability index. When the organic matters are oxidized completely regardless of their biological assimilability, hence COD value are greater than BOD value and much more greater. When significant amount of biologically resistant organic matters are present, the treatability index is used to determine the type of treatment. So if suppose the TI is less than 0.5, then chemical treatment is used. What it indicates, if suppose the TI is less than 0.5, it indicates that the BOD is less and COD is greater, and because of this it also indicates that biologically resistant organic matters are present in wastewater, so chemicals are required to oxidize all those matter. So that is why the chemical treatment is suggested. If the TI is in the range of 0.5 to 1, then biological treatment plus nutrient supplement is provided. So it indicates that to some extent the biological matters are also present in the wastewater, and after adding the nutrients, the microorganism get multiplied and will carry out the further decomposition of the wastewater. So if the TI is in this range, the biological treatment plus nutrient supplement is suggested. If the TI is greater than 1, then it is a direct indication that BOD is higher than the COD, and it also indicates that the more biologically active and biologically degradable matters are present in the wastewater. So by mere biological treatment, the wastewater can be treated. So if the TI is greater than 1, then biological treatment is suggested. Then biological characteristic of wastewater. Apart from the chemical properties or the characteristics or the content, we can say the biological properties which represent the presence of or occurrence of bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoa are also present. The sewage contains many organisms. As we know that sewage is coming, it is a waste product and it is coming from different sources like wastewater, like kitchen waste, urinary, human feces, then industrial waste, then tannery waste, meat salting, dairy industry, different types of waste. Wherever the waste is generated, definitely in some to some extent some certain microorganisms are also present in the wastewater. So what are those microorganisms? Like bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoa, etc. being the most predominant. Most of the bacteria found in the sewage are harmless or non-pathogenic bacteria. They are helpful in oxidation and decomposition of sewage. So we can see that whatever bacteria are present in the wastewater are harmless and non-pathogenic bacteria, and on the contrary, or rather they are helpful in oxidation and decomposition of the waste. A little number of bacteria, however, are disease producing pathogens. On the contrary, to certain extent, the certain bacteria which are disease causing or which are also called as a pathogens are also present in the wastewater, which may cause a real danger to the health of the public. In case of sewage sample, the routine bacteriological tests are performed for water samples are generally because of the high concentration of bacteria present in it. But at the time of outbreak of epidemic, certain tests may be done to find the type of pathogens. So if usually the bacteriological tests are not performed in the wastewater, but if in that area if certain outbreak of diseases are there or epidemics are there, in that case it becomes necessary to test the sample for the bacteriological characteristics. So in this video we have discussed the different chemical characteristics like pH, alkalinity, nitrogen, chemical chlorides, oxygen demand, dissolved oxygen, and different types of oxygen demand. Moreover, we have also studied the bacteriological or the biological characteristics of sewage. So, thank you for watching.